Welcome to lesson 117. Today we're going to be practicing rounding through the hundred millions place. Now the first thing to remember about rounding is there are some rules for rounding. And the rules are we find the number that we're supposed to round. We look next door to the right. If the number next door is 5 or more, we raise the score, which means we make our number bigger. If the number to the right is 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. So let's look at what that means. First of all, we're going to round 45,329 to the 10,000s place. So the 10,000s place tells us we need to circle the number in the 10,000s place, which in this case is the 4. Now we are going to find the number next door. The number next door is the 5. The 5 is the boss. He gets to tell the 4 what to do. And according to our rules, 5 or more, we raise the score. 4 or less, we let it rest. Our boss is a 5, which means it falls into the 5 or more. That means that our 4 gets to get bigger. So our 4 turns into a 5, and then everything else turns into zeros because everything to the right always turns into zeros when we round. Next, we have 829,789, and we're supposed to round it to the hundred thousands place. So, first step, find the number, which is the 8 is in the hundred thousands place. Look next door, and our next door boss is our 2. Now, 5 or greater, we raise the score. 4 or less, we let it rest. Now, sometimes this can be tricky because when we look at the 8 is greater than 5, but remember, the 8 is what's being rounded. He's not the boss. The boss is the neighbor. The neighbor gets to tell our number what to do. Now, our neighbor is a 2, which falls into the 4 or less category. So we're going to let our 8 rest and stay the same, and we're going to turn all of our other digits into zeros because everything to the right turns to 0. Now we have 394,907,465, and we need to round this to the nearest 10 millions place. If we find our number in the 10 millions place, we know here we have the ones, here we have the thousands, and here we have the millions. Our 9 is in the 10,000s place, and our neighbor next door is the 4. Now the 4 tells the 9 what to do. 4 or less, let it rest. So we're going to let our 9 rest. Now, all of our digits to the right turn into zeros, so we have a 0 in all of our remaining places. But we have a 3 this time on the left. Whenever we have numbers to the left, remember to leave it alone. Now we have 983,932. We're supposed to round it to the tens place. Here's the tens place. A 3. We look next door. Our neighbor is a 2. He says that the 3 should rest. So we leave our 3 the same. We change our 2 into a 0. And then we leave all the numbers, no matter how many they are, to the left the same. Now I have 960,789,023. We're supposed to round it to the nearest hundred millions place. Now the 9 is in the 100 millions place. The 6 is its neighbor. The 6 tells the 9 to get bigger. Now for the 9 to get bigger, it has to turn into a 10, which means that we are now actually going to go into the billions place, and there's going to be a 0 in the 100 millions place. And every other number turns into zeros because everything to the right always turns into 0. That's a lot of zeros. Now we have round 797,906 to the thousands place. And this 7 is in our thousands place. And our 9 tells him what to do. Our 9 says get bigger. So we're going to turn our 7 into an 8. Everything to the left stays the same. And everything to the right zeros your name. Round 6,881 to the hundreds place. 8 is in the hundreds place, and our other 8 is its neighbor, and he says to get bigger. So our 8 turns into a 9. Our numbers to the right turn into zeros, and our number to the left stays the same. Round 596,432 to the 10,000s place. So first step, find the 10,000s place, which is the 9. Our neighbor is the 6. He says get bigger. Well, our 9 can only turn into a 10 when it gets bigger. That means that we're going to add the 1 to the 5 and turn that into a 6, and our 9 becomes a 0, and all of our neighbors turn into zeros on the right side. And then round 7,899 to the millions place. So we are going to find the millions place, which is our 7. Our neighbor is our 2. He is under 4, so that means he's going to tell our 7 to stay the same, and all of our other digits are going to turn into zeros. And that is lesson 117. Good job, guys.